a bunch of Tulo maniacs. Looks what's arrived. Ignore that. That's just hiding my address. Look what's arrived. And better still, it came FOC, free of charge. Wow, look at the size of this thing. Oh, we love a catalogue, don't we? And we've had another 2 little catalogues with it. We'll have a look at that in a minute. It's got that on that side and this on this side. So it's 2 catalogues in one type of thing. And we've got another one at 25. Wow. Promotions. Wow. I think it was on Facebook. Blah, blah, blah. I'll sign this. Now, I don't usually do it. I don't usually, you can be buried in these things, can't you? I didn't realise it was going to be this side. I handed it over to Deb. Deb, order that. Sign up this. Get a catalogue. Never thought more of it. But look at this catalogue. Look, is this going to make it? We connect Buck and Hickman books. And the oldest one I've got is 1935 book. Is this going to hang on for another 90 years, do you think? Oh, blimey. Hey, is this going to hang on? That was 1935. The next will be 21. 15 to be the same age of some of the books that I've got, 1935. 10 years again. Anyway, yeah, so those Buck and Hickman books are 90 years old when you actually think about it. Look at these, gorgeous. Look at this. Where should we begin? I don't even know where to begin. Should we start in the front? Should we start in the back? Look at the categories. Look at that. Oh, this is going to be... this is... You could call this a historical document already, isn't it? This is how we live and what was available and what we're using it, and so funny. Winches, hand winches, electric winches, connections for cars. It very much... Oh yeah, look. Garages. I'm going to contrast and compare next to the Buck and Hickman book. Yes, see what was available. We'll flick through that in a minute. Let's go get it. But meanwhile, let's concentrate on this SEALEY book. Wow, SEALEY, yeah. Wow. Yeah, I was once told, oh look, nuts and bolts. Oh, nuts and bolts, yeah. Washers, yeah. Wow, to hold this much stock. How much of a building do you need to hold this much stock? I'll show you another book that I've got. Look, pallet trucks, yeah, scaffolding, dustbins. What haven't changed? Is that a steel bucket? Let's go see if we can find a steel bucket and a mop bucket. What did they look like then? Wow. Brushes haven't changed, have they? No, we're just gonna flick through lots of plastic molded stuff. Things with engines, petrol engines, fans, look. Fans. Yeah, heaters. Oh, and extension leads. Wow. There's nothing little torches, dear stuff, cheap stuff. Look at this. Okay, air connections, yeah. Plenty of air connections. You can make anything you want, can't you? Wow, there's some compressors, yeah. Wow. What we're gonna air guns, polishing kit and reciprocating core saws and the choice and what you can have today. Isn't it amazing? Battery powered drills, yeah. Oh, hedge trimmers, chainsaws. Oh dear me, look at that welding equipment, welding apparel, welders. Fuel cans. If I won the lottery, I'd be sitting here like one of them, 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 two of them, one of them, one of them, one of each. I'd sit here. I've just won the an unlimited amount on the lottery. Right, build me a new warehouse and I'll have one of everything, maybe 10 of some things. You know, you could go, I'll have 10 of those, 10 of these, 10 of every size, wouldn't you? And put them in a rack. Wow. We can dream, can't we? We're only 6 numbers away. How hard is it to get 6 lottery numbers? Oh, look. Yeah, these have disappeared out of Machine Mart. Yeah. Saws. Lathes, look. Wow, you can... Wow. Absolutely. And wood, ordinary lathes and mills. Yeah. Wow. Benders, metal benders, press. Can't remember what's Scout Crafters press called. I can't remember. It's not in my head at the moment. The dake, yeah. What make are these? Oh yeah, SEALEY. You could even buy, well, you know, equivalent to a dake. Lifting on your beams, industrial stuff. Yeah, for your workshops. Lifting and carrying tyres. Oh yeah, trolleys and jacks for your workshop. Wow. Wow, there's some, yes, safes, key boxes. Yeah. Racks, wow, racking. Oh, you could rack and put steel boxes. Oh, look at these. Oh, look at these. We all have a wet patch about these drawers, don't we? Yeah, it's going to take me weeks to work my way through these. Look at these for complete sets. Money can buy you anything, can't it? You'd be in a paradise, wouldn't you? Wow, look. Oh, the toolboxes are immense, aren't they? Wow, gorgeous. So much choice, so much colours. Doesn't matter what size building you got, what size wall you're working with, you'd find what you want here, wouldn't you? Wow. Jacks and bike lifts and bike locks, and it's different, you know, big ones, small ones. One's hydraulic. I bet you they make electric ones as well. You just press a button. Yeah. Electric motor ones. Yeah. Wow. Unreal. What a fantastic little batteries, jump batteries. Look at the end, there's tools, specialist tools and sand blasters. Wow, what a fantastic, it comes, and it came for free. I just filled in a form on, you know, some of these, you've got to be careful. It's a pity, because genuine people like this that want to advertise their wares and do business get hammered by the crooks and the thieves, and they'll get on the back of this, they'll get your information and they'll try and rob your bank account out of it, sort of a thing, and they try and hijack a proper genuine company just trying to sell its wares, just providing a service, you know, making good, healthy business. What's wrong with selling tools? Good, honest profession. Yeah, wow. Oh. This book is fantastic. Absolutely. Wow. Yeah. There'll be everything here that you've ever thought of. Yeah, and some unusual tools as well. Something you haven't sort of cross specialists, lots and lots of specialist tool in there for specialist vehicles. Oh, axes and hammers, yeah, we like axes and hammers, and copper hammers and crowbars and bars. Wow, and chisels. There's nothing they haven't got. Pliers, yeah, multi-tools, knives, files, taps and dies, measuring equipment, mold grips, or you know what's the equivalent to a mold grip? Yeah, that'll be, wow, look at this. Different sorts of narrow nose pliers, get into everything, couldn't you? Wow. And spanners, wow. Spanners and wrenches, so many sorts. And burners and torches, and it goes on and on and on and on and on, and Allen keys. Wow, look at this. Wow. Sockets, sockets and socket sets, and chrome and pry bars and extensions. Yeah, and ratchets, different types and styles, and strong bars. Wow, and Tommy bars, and wow, you know, heavy duty sockets. Wow, I can't stop saying wow. This book, how are we going to make these books last as long as the older books? Look, and then there's this one, the promotional stuff. Maybe end of a line or end of a model, or they're changing a different supplier or something. But this is the stuff. And the thing is that what I like is the prices. That tells you the dates. That tells you how inflation has come along and beaten us to death. Yeah, welders and drills, and wow. Look at that. Getting certain cabinets. Yeah, maybe the production line's finishing on the end of them, so they're going to do it a different way or whatever. Who knows how this stock is created, why it becomes on promotion. Maybe they need space for more modern stuff, different gear. Who knows? You know, or they ordered too many. Now they've got to move them on. Wow, look at this. Absolutely fantastic. Wow, it was really highly recommended. And then this comes, what do we got here? Oh yeah, barbecue equipment, chairs. Wow, I've got another box of books to show you as well, but look, gazebos, fishing gear, outdoor gear. You know, obviously if you've got a big workshop, you need outdoor swimming pools, you need a desk to put in your office, in your workshop, yeah, where you can get the book and get the computer and go and order your gear. No, this is where I thought that was a mistake actually, but it isn't, because what happens here is this one turns the other way around, and the other is clever use of space, isn't it? Oh yeah, a lot of you would want a beer fridge. I'd want a Mars bar fridge. I don't really do the Devil's Brew. No. But if you were into the Devil's Brew, you need a little fridge to keep your Devil's Brew in. The alcohol is the devil in disguise. Yeah. Is that a little, yeah, warm up. You're working late, you need a microwave and a cooker to warm up your workspace. You've been and got some pies and warm them up. Working late, lights and fans, and oh dear me, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Look, a decent size, that's going to survive, isn't it? It's going to survive. Let's just, for a bit of fun, without taking anything away from this fantastic book that's arrived, let's have a look at what was going on 90 years ago. Let's get the Buck and Hickman book. Let's see what they were peddling in, or another firm or one of these books were peddling in 1935. To take anything away from this book at all, let's just have a look at this book This is 2025. This is 1930, look. This is a 95-year-old book. Wow. And it's the same sort of, you know, hardware, tools, blah, blah. What's come ahead and what's much the same, really. Yeah, so let's start over here in the back. We're just going to sort of flick through. What is that? Oh, rubber stair treads. And gates. Still hardware. You can buy probably little hooks and latches. And hinges. We still do hinges, don't we? Yeah. Shell. And look, locks, padlocks. I'm sure there'd be padlocks in there. Yeah, door locks and padlocks and that sort of thing. And buckets, yeah. We did say, didn't we, buckets? You could buy a bucket. How much was a bucket? Yeah, that's the good thing, is how many you had and what were you paying for a bucket. Strong quality bucket. 9 shillings, 8 shillings and 9 pennies. Yeah, each. And how much did they hold? Wow, wow. Wow, look. The design of something, a ringer, a clothes ringer. Outside furniture, still peddling outside furniture, aren't they? Wow, and mowers. Look at the mowers of the day. Again, look, incredible. Incredible. And yet some shears, you could buy shears today, you could buy them today. Trowels and a lot of tools, forks and shovels. Yeah. And axes, and wow. So we're just going to quickly flip. Oh, yes, screws. Wood screws. I saw them. Look, we'll probably find nuts and bolts. What did I see? Chains. I thought I'd seen a wood screw here somewhere. Yeah, look. Brass screws. Nettle volts. G-can nettle volts, look. These, I think these do their own and their own branded. These were selling other people's goods. But yeah. These were selling screws, no doubt, nuts and bolts we'll find. And shackles, which we used the other day. Yeah, nuts and bolts. Yeah, castle nuts. Wow, wing nuts. Wow, and weighing equipment. Yeah, weigh something. Yeah. Wow. The style that was in the old ones. Trolleys. I'm sure you could get trolleys in this book. It's the same stuff, really, isn't it? It's except, yeah, lamps and lamps and lanterns. Not a battery inside. Oh yeah, look. You see that? You plugged them in the light fittings. Yeah, you only had a bulb. Plugged it into a light fitting. Take your bulb out, plug it in. Little primer stoves. Paraffin driven stuff, look. Yeah, or mentholated spirits. What did they call it then? For petrol or benzene. Petrol ones, wow. How incredibly the health and safety man would be jumping up and down if you tried to make a burner run on petrol now, wouldn't you? Look at all these. Fantastic, look at that. 95 years of a gap of history and prices. Let's find something with a price on it, shall we? Hardware, connections. What we got here, and a lot of this would be brass looking. This, although it's a black and white picture, or almost a drawing. All this would be brass, wouldn't it? Brass taps. It'd all be blinging out the book, wouldn't it, if it was colour? Wow. Yeah. Valves. Yeah. Again, sort of, wow. Here we are. Just have a quick flick through it, see if there's, oh yeah, bearing holders, yeah. You see pulleys, everything was run by shafts and pulleys to make a thing go 90 degrees. All lamps, safety goggles, yeah. Oh, motor goggles, motoring goggles, yeah. What cars were they driving around in? Now, we did we see that trafficator? I'm sure it's in one of these books. We saw an Austin we saw a Morris 1000, didn't we? They had like a trafficator. It might be a little bit too old for that, yeah. But, yeah. Oh, is that a windscreen wiper? Is that the beginning of a yeah? A screen wiper. Things we take for granted. Yeah, we've got a few of these, haven't we? Amp testers. Wow, isn't it? Yeah, Terry spanners. Isn't it fascinating? Oh yeah. Wow, oh, what was it called? But this is hand-driven, look, by a screw. Yeah, the dake. This is the beginning of a dake there, but hand screwed down. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, everything's hand screwed. Look, thread on them, jacks, leverage jacks. Wow. Yeah. Isn't it funny how we've come forward, makes life easy. Oh yeah, block and tackles. Yeah, you probably lifted everything with block and tackles them days, didn't you? So many different sorts. Yeah. Engine hoist still, look. Wow. Oh, knives and forks and scissors, yeah. Oh yeah. Pen knives. Yeah, ordinary knives, axes. Meat cleavers, yeah. Choppers, that's what they were called, weren't they? Lamb choppers, yeah. Again, tools driven by, mechanical help. Brushes, yeah. Glass cutters, yeah. Levels. G-clamps, now that hasn't moved at all, has it? G-clamp is a G-clamp is a G-clamp. That's something that hasn't really changed. Well, sash clamps, yeah. Yeah, and tape, measures and axes and hammers, yeah, nail pullers and benches and screwdrivers and chisels, yeah, and planes. Oh, loads and loads of wood planes. It was all done by hand then, wasn't it? There's no DeWalt planer and look. Brace. Wow. Look at this. You can tell how it was all done, can't you? How the modern world has come along. Put an engine on everything. Well, they'd never put an engine on a brush, did they? Still brushes to be, still same thing, brushes. Been around a long time, and long tape measures. Yeah. Look, Chesterman. Yeah. Wow. Isn't this you could even get a horse and cart, a cart for your horse. What came first, the horse or the cart? The chicken or the egg? Oh yeah, oil cans, yeah. Wow. Yeah. What else do we do with the taps and dies? Look, that's even halfway through that book. Let me move again, hold on. Right, let's keep flicking through. Measurements, none of your digital stuff. Micrometers, yeah. Wow. Isn't the same but different in 95 years? Oh, pliers. Did you see them go by then? Little wire cutters and pliers type things. Where were they? They were up here somewhere. Were they? Yeah, here they are, look. This is what we like to collect and clean up, don't we? all sorts of pliers, yeah, nippers. We're getting into the tools now, I think. Yeah, this is something that's never changed. Look, bolt croppers are bolt croppers, aren't they? Yeah. Wow. Shearers, yeah. Files. Egg beater drills, yeah. We're always looking for them in the old car boots and markets, and great to be able to date them. It's fantastic when you find something and it's in the book here. Oh yeah, socket sets. We've got them. We've actually got that, the box, the set, and the box with the label still surviving on it. Yeah, the reliable ratchet. Oh yes, absolutely. And a bodger, podger, yeah. The spanners that we look for now, we chase, you know, and a monkey wrench and a bicycle wrench, yeah, and a Lucas girder wrench. What we chase now. Well, we have double bar wrenches, all this lot are in here. Wow. Yeah. Oh, and of course vices. Yeah, we went looking for a vice, didn't we? For Jim, for Hammond Tools Restoration. Oh, and of course, look, blacksmith. This is all blacksmithing stuff, isn't it? This is where the blacksmith would come and buy his anvil and buy a stand for an anvil and buy a hammer to work his anvil. Wow. Yeah. Isn't it, and you know, the style it all had, sort of a, and yet, you know, some things are much the same, haven't really changed. Lots of measuring tools, and here we are. Let's see, are they selling lathes? Saw the lathes and the cutting machines. Were they selling the machines? Thread cutting. Let's see if we can find a lathe in here that we saw on the other one. Reamers. Maybe not. Oh look, drill stands, drill displays. Yeah. Oh, here we are, taps and dies. Yeah. This is where we like taps and dies, yeah. Trying to find the same box as what's been illustrated. Pipe dies. Here we are, look. Yeah. We got that big, this is off the big set, isn't it? Yeah, we've got that, haven't we? There's several of these ones. Yeah. Here we are, we've got the machinery. I know, no machinery. But anyway, fantastic. They're almost the same, they're not far off. Wow, look. This is probably thinner and more modern paper. This is probably a bit thicker paper. Yeah. Wow. You know, let me go. I've got one more set of books to show you. These are historical documents. How long will they last before the wife sends them, or the kids or the relations send it to the tip and don't even realise or appreciate it? These will be the same. How many will survive the journey over the years? Well, we'll try and keep them, won't we? We'll try and keep them going for as long as we can. But we're only visiting here, aren't we? Here is a set of books. I'm not allowed, August 2003, look. That I'm not allowed to keep in the house because it takes too much room, and the pure weight of them would break through the floor, wouldn't they, if you kept enough of them? And I've got enough of them in the garage, in the attic, to break the floor. So let's have a look inside this box then. Presuming RS are still going. I don't really know. Yeah, but look at these. These books are a beauty. Yeah. complete index, health and safety, mechanical, information and technical, tests and measurements, electrical components, power converters, electrical and cable and tools, and all these are the same. Look, let's just take one book out. Let's have a look and let's flick you through them. Yeah, again, these are all all colour photos. And lots of pages. Dead thin pages. The paper is really thin. Let's have a quick flick through. Let's see what we see. All work tape, mastics, yeah, electrical drills, and power tools, air tools. We never saw any air tools in the old books, did we? Yeah. So again, you know, from 2003, you could also say that this is a making of a historical document. And you see, look, it's got the prices on them as well. Wow, what were we paying for stuff then? And you get the very same thing now. And what are you paying for it now? Wow. Pens. Yeah, let's see if we can. Oh yeah. Plier strippers. It's all much more modern stuff. Because of course this is 2003, so this book's only 20 years old. Yeah. But it's a whole set of books, a whole lot of books. I'm sure the electrical people would know about stuff that has gone and is obsolete now. We don't use that anymore, all that sort of thing. You know, plugs, different sorts of plugs and connections. If you're building electrical circuits, yeah, little connections, all of those type of things, you know. Because, you know, you see them, but where'd you get them from? That's the thing. The trade people know where to go and get them, but you can't know all the trades, can you? Can't know where'd you get one of those from. Anyway, and again, other books, and it's mad. But with a bit of luck, it's getting battered about a little bit. Oh yeah, there's more like, is the tools in here? It's getting battered about a bit, but it's protected in its box and its books. So 2003, so not quite 25 years old yet then, but it's on its way, isn't it? So I wonder if that will pass the test of time and survive. Who knows? I tell you, it took a lot of time and a lot of patience, and I wonder how much man hours was to make the Buccaneering book and turn it into a book, and the man hours that's been spent making this, you know, producing the pages, doing the printing, blah blah blah, and all the rest of it, and how much quicker was the new one to make? Was there much of a difference? That'd be an interesting story, wouldn't it? Yeah. Give you a flavour of the Buck and Hickman books. 64, 1930, 1935. This one is a 58. This one is a 71, 72. We've got a 1960s under here. Hold on, pull this out. Yeah, we've got a 19. So we've got those tool catalogues, a 1960, and we've got a 1982. And Steve from On Tools was good enough to find me a 1988 to 2000 Buck and Hickman book. But I love collecting tool books. I don't know if you'll see down there. They're all They're all tool books. Down there on the bottom there. And pamphlets, and then we've got the little tool books. The little more right, yeah, tool books. I do pick up anything I can in that sort of vein, and we've got here 1960s, 1940s books, and a 1949 book there, look. I do pick up tool books, wrench books and American wrench books whenever I can. I've recently had one in. What did I do with that one? Which I got told off for buying. I don't even know where I've put it now. But my pride of my... Oh yeah, we've got an GKN Guest Keenan Netterfolds. That's a 1936 book. But the pride of my... the oldest one I've got, and which I always refer to, is the 1910 tool book. So that gives you a sort of flavour of the tools and the tool books that I collect. And a toga, little toga book there as well. So fantastic to find the tools and then find the tool in the book so you can positively identify it and put a date on it. Yeah. And the odd snap-on book here and there. And when I do come across them, April 1956, pick up older motoring magazines. I've got an attic full of them. I must have hundreds of car books in the attic, and I don't really know what to do with them, and I can't bring them down and watch them every day, and they're stuck up in the attic, and I really don't know what to do with them. And you don't really want to sell them off one by one, do you? I've got 30 years of collecting car books, car related books, on 4 wheels, on 2 wheels, car encyclopedias, Jaguar book, you know, there's that many. And what on earth do I do with them? What on earth do I do with them? Training board books and manuals, generally, you know, working on a lathe, working on machines. This one's grinding. What was this one? Milling, sharpening and grinding. Milling, turning and sharpening, that's this one. And then this one is, what's this one? This one is, hold on. Yeah. I think this one is more about the lathe, I think. Yeah, learning on the lathe, how to operate, what to do on a lathe, all that sort of stuff. Oh, and I love the smell of these books. You know, it's like smelling an old car, isn't it? Yeah. Wow. All the measurements, all that sort of stuff. Hold on. There's that one. Number 3. Hold on. What's in number 3? Again. Milling, grinding, turning. Yeah. Illustrated, shows you what's what. And then the last one, number 4, what does that deal with? Let's have a look. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, I've got quite a... I do like collecting books. Transport manager books, yeah. And theory books and all the learning stuff. I've got to turn it. I've got to get rid of it. I've got to. I've got no space. The place is full.